Hi, and welcome to the NFL Fan Forum. My name is Art, aka the Sea Cow, and this is my sidekick John, aka the Cowlick.
What's up?
I'm a Seahawks fan.
And I am a Broncos fan.
Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to discuss some current news topics surrounding Broncos and Seahawks training camps. First, we'll discuss the Denver Broncos. The staff and players have a unique way of fighting off coronavirus this year. Before they're taking the field for practices, they're walking through a misting machine. How effective do you think this machine is?
Well, to be honest, I don't know anything about the machine, and I am a Broncos fan, so I should know something about it, but I don't. But if they think that the mist machine works well to kill the coronavirus, then I'll go with it. Then if it kills the coronavirus, it kills the coronavirus.
So far, it seems to be pretty effective. On another note, safety Justin Simmons is still waiting for a contract extension. General Manager John Elway decided to franchise tag him for $11 million. Do you think they're going to work out a new contract with him?
I hope so. I really hope so, because he could get snagged up by another team, which is what we do not want. And I just hope that John Elway can pay him soon, because I just learned that Kareem Jackson is making more than Justin Simmons. And Justin Simmons, I think he wants around $13 to $14 million. And Kareem Jackson, he's making $15 million. So that could be a big problem.
I'm going to be interested to see how that situation goes. Now let's move on to the offensive line situation. Many critics from around the league think this could be the worst offensive line in the league. Do you agree with that?
I mean, they're better than last year. Let me say that, because we have Juwan James, and we also have Dalton Reisner, we have Garrett Bowles, we have Isaiah Wilson. Yeah, we have all those guys. But the thing is, Juwan James, he opted out, which is a huge loss to us. And I heard that John Elway's interviewing someone from the Buccaneers. I can't quite remember the name, but he's interviewing an offensive lineman from the Buccaneers that's a free agent. So maybe that offensive lineman could replace him if we get him. You never know. I believe it's DeMar Dotson, now that I think about it.
Hopefully the offensive line situation stabilizes soon, because Drew Lock is looking to have a monster year this year. Speaking of Drew Lock, he's looking to take this team to the playoffs. Do you think that's possible?
I mean, I honestly think he can. I really do. Because I looked at his 5 games, and he looks like to be the guy. He looks like the guy. And all he has to do, in my opinion, he just has to gel with his receivers, get out to know his O-line, and, he just has to ball out. That's all.
All right, well, let's move on to some Seahawks training camp news. Some very good news came out that cornerback Quinton Dunbar is not going to be charged in the armed robbery case. That's a really huge deal. This secondary is going to be very good, considering that we already have Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs, Shaquille Griffin, and now Quinton Dunbar. I'm really excited about this. Were you surprised by this news?
I was and I wasn't. I was surprised because I think he was the one who started the robbery. But I'm not surprised because he's a very good corner, and he can't be charged, or else he could possibly be kicked off the team. So since he didn't get charged, he will come back and hopefully make a huge difference for the Seahawks team.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do. He seems to have a lot of Richard Sherman's talents, and that's very impressive. Now let's move on to the current pass rushing situation. It's beginning to look more and more like defensive end Jadeveon Clowney is not going to re-sign with the Seahawks. However, they're looking at Everson Griffin and Clay Matthews. These guys can really get out to the quarterback, and they're veterans. Last year they both had 8 sacks apiece. Mainly it just depends on if we want a 5 technique pass rusher or if we want a Leo version of a pass rusher. Clay Matthews would fill the Leo spot, and Everson Griffin would fill the 5 technique spot. In my opinion, I think we need more of a 5 technique pass rusher at this time. What do you think?
I think so, because I noticed that your linebacker spot is It's okay, but it's not great. You need better pass rushers, and Jadeveon Clowney was that great pass rusher, but I guess he's not being re-signed.
I have a feeling we're going to sign one of the two this week, so we'll see what happens. Some more exciting news is coming out that wide receiver DK Metcalf in his second season is going to be moved around a lot more in the offensive scheme and game plan. And that's exciting because he can be such a big mismatch for so many different places on the field. What do you think?
I think so. Even though I'm not a Seahawks fan, I looked at his tape and boy, he's a beast. He's somehow very fast, yet so big, and I have no idea how he's so big and so fast at the same time. And he has a big body too, so you can throw those players off of him, you know? And it's just unbelievable what he has. He's pretty much like a bodybuilder as a wide receiver, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah, this is going to be a very exciting wide receiver group, and I believe that Josh Gordon is going to be re-signed once he's allowed to be able to be off the exempt list. One position I am kind of worried about is defensive tackle. There's been news that Marcel Darius might be brought in, and if that was to happen, if he was to be the guy that he was with Buffalo, the all-pro run stuffer, just a road grader stopper, if he could be healthy and come in and do a job like, stop the run with us, I'd be just absolutely ecstatic that he would be able to come in. Do you think a healthy Marcel Darius would be a good fit for the Seahawks defensive line?
I mean, I know he's with Buffalo, and he used to be with the Jaguars, and I honestly don't know much about him. The only thing I pretty much know about him is that he was in the draft that Von Miller was, and I honestly don't know much about him, but if he can show up and be that guy for the Seahawks, I'm not complaining. I'd be happy for the Seahawks if they could get a run stuffer like him.
I just feel that we do need a defensive tackle, so if he was to be able to come in healthy, I think that'd be a great pickup. Well, that's it for our training camp update. Tell us what you think in the comments section below. Be sure to destroy the like button and subscribe to our channel. Turn on the notification bell for future uploads. Thank you for tuning in. This is Art
And John,
signing off.